seems to be working. Hey guys, and welcome to Dishonored. Dishonored 1, specifically. This is going to be the definitive edition, as I have every DLC. I actually ended up just purchasing the last two that I needed today. So we'll be seeing everything. As you can see, I've got the downloadable content, Brigmore Witches and the Knife of Dunwall. I've not played either one of those, so look forward to that. I have actually beaten this before, as, you know, noted. Overall chaos high. I think my last playthrough I was just doing as much chaos as possible. Oh, of notes of this playthrough, we're on very hard. As usual with this particular stream, we are going to be doing this on the hardest difficulty that I can do. If I find very hard is too much, then I might have to lower it, but I'll do everything in my power to avoid that. Other than that, graphics are on full, as you might expect from a computer like this, or a computer in this day and age, really. Most things should be able to run Dishonored 1 on graphical full. Oh right, I was definitely stabbing everyone.
That Galvani is a leech. A doctor, they call him now. Get into his office and you can find out what happened to my man who vanished.
Wait, what the heck is this cow?
That's me in the poster. Pretty good likeness.
Not gonna lie, that is a pretty good likeness. But this is not the playthrough that we're gonna be working with. Also, I just realized that unfortunately... Is this that kart racing game I've been hearing about? No, Muddy, unfortunately. We're gonna be doing very little racing. I've gotta move my camera real quick, as it is in the way of my health bar. And of course you have no logs, Muddy. You've not been here for basically forever. I guess I'll put this over on the other side. Ad hoc messing with the layout. Woo! Actually, kind of funny that I'm doing Dishonored now, considering that I still haven't finished Prey. We don't want to load. We want to go back to the main menu. I love the menu in Dishonored. It feels so fluid. New game. Very hard. There we go. Yep.
Corvo, if only there was someone else I trusted to send, so that you could remain near. But there is no one else, and the Spy Master was right to insist that I send you. The plague has taken so many, and we must find a cure. When you are near, my heart is at peace. Emily and I will count the days until you return. Hurry home, and bring good news.
I don't even know why I bothered turning off the camera for that. That was just non-existent.
That's it. Watch it. Cast off line. Casting off. We're away.
Oh boy. I did reduce the head bob a little bit, just so that people on stream wouldn't get nauseous. I know
Corvo has news for the Empress, and we've come a long way.
Some of you do have that.
A long way to bring bad news. The sailors say there's a curse on
nice couch.
Black magic.
Superstition. For all we know, there's a cure for the plague by now.
Maybe. We live in strange times. Sending the Empress's bodyguard away for a couple of months. That's unusual.
Well, this was important. We need help with the rat plague.
Why the bodyguard, though? Also, am I sitting in this couch or am I just standing next to it? Because that'd be super awkward. Might reduce the mouse sensitivity a little bit. I haven't played much of this. I'm setting it up, unfortunately. So some of this will be on the stream.
Turning on the pipes, and she's rising.
Up we go.
Home at last.
Some really good water effects.
Steady pressure. And stop. Shut her down.
The Empress will be waiting for your news, Corvo. It's been good traveling with you, Corvo. Have you ever met my niece Callista?
Oh my god.
She's getting more
You know what
beautiful
to do
every
next
year.
time? There he is. Good voyage, sir.
You know, I find it strange that the art style of this game in particular seems to be very much dog related. Everyone looks like a
Viewership's
dog to
moving
me.
along the river now, with the plague and all.
I don't know why. Just they all have kind of dog-like faces,
Hello, sir.
and I don't think I'll ever really figure that out. Hello.
Will you tell me about your trip, please? Were there any whales? Wait! Let's play hide and seek first. I'll cover my eyes and you hide. You have time? Mother's busy talking to that nasty old spy master.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, here we go. Let's go!
You ain't got shit on Elizabeth, Emily. Okay, we're going down here, I think.
Follow me, Corvo. Let's see if you're still good at this. I'll hide my eyes and count, and at the end of the countdown, I'll try and find you. Okay, I'm going to count to 10. Find a place to hide.
Well, sneaking. Okay. Yep, as usual.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Here I come. Okay, well, somewhere else then.
She'll never figure out that I'm up here.
Here?
Where are you looking, small child? Oh right, there's a. I forgot there was a lean.
Okay, you win. We should go now. So Mother can see you too. Later, will you give me more climbing lessons? Someday I'm going to climb up to the rooftop.
I don't think that's advisable for a princess.
The Lord Spy Master is with her, but she said to show you right in.
Welcome home, Lord Protector. Stop moving, Campbell. And you, Corvo, welcome back. From wherever you've been. They sent him all around the Isles to beg for aid. A waste of time. My elixir will banish the plague from this city. Now keep still a moment, High Overseer Campbell.
I'm not so sure that painting looks like Campbell.
You saw my improvements to the waterlock. I must preserve our High Overseer for future generations of the faithful to marvel at.
If you say so, Anton.
I leave the worst parts of him in shadow, but still. Corvo, please. I can't see him. What are you doing? I need the bottle to draw the eye away from Campbell. I suppose I can paint him without the cider, though in truth he's always close to the stuff. It was a fool's errand, Corvo. The plague comes from inside us. We must all strengthen our faith. High Overseer, no foreigner can save us from the consequences of our corrupt society. No fancy elixirs either. Remember, to every man his choice, to every man his fate.
And what's your fate, High Overseer?
She'll see you at once.
She sucks so hard at hide and seek. Yeah, she does. Like, okay. She looked like behind that one, and then behind that one, and I was just over there. She didn't even check upstairs. God.
Good to have you back, sir.
Tiny girls can't find grown men.
I'll be happy you're back with the watch. I'm no diplomat.
Your face bothers me. That's not a joke either. Like, his face genuinely bothers me. It looks like someone melted it.
They're sick people, not criminals.
We've gone beyond that question, Your Majesty.
They're my citizens, and we will save them from the plague if we can. All of them.
Very well.
We will not speak of this again.
Mother, Corvo is back.
Thank you, Emily. Leave us, please.
As you wish, Your Majesty.
Wait,
Corvo. 2 days early. Full of surprises, as usual.
You're the spy master?
It's a fair wind that brings you home to me. What
Follow
news
me,
have you brought?
Captain. We should leave them alone.
Should we gather for whiskey and cigars tonight? Indeed, I believe so.
Let's see how long those lines keep holding up.
I hoped that one of the other cities had dealt with this before, knew of some cure. This news is very bad. We're at the breaking point. Cowards. They're going to blockade us. They'll wait to see if the plague turns the city into a graveyard.
Are you okay, Mother? You seem sad.
Yes, don't worry, darling. Mother is fine.
Everyone else is not,
Wait,
though.
where are the guards? Who sent them away?
Mother, look! What are they doing on the rooftop?
What? Emily, come here.
Oh, hey. To attack with your right hand. And, okay. Cool. This makes sense.
Emily, get behind me.
Corvo, thank you. If you hadn't been here...
No more.
Nothing
Not
would have
again.
changed.
Mommy! No! Get away from her! Corvo!
Mommy! Get away! Corvo!
Corvo, it's all coming apart. Find Emily. Protect her. You're the only one. You'll know what to do. Won't you? Corvo.
You don't have to ask me twice.
Ward us all. Look at what he's done.
Yes, he's killed the Empress. What did you do with young Lady Emily, traitor?
Her own bodyguard. Ironic.
I'll see you beheaded for this, Corvo. Take him.
This is your final chance, Corvo. Sign the confession, and let me give you the rights to put your spirit at ease.
You're gonna have to let me out. Oh. Yeah.
That's enough for now. Get out. Let's give the man some time to think. Corvo, the Empress is dead. Her daughter Emily is hidden away, and no one will ever know the truth.
Yes, unlucky you. Tomorrow you'll be executed, but it's for a good cause. This country needs strong leadership now, someone to guide the weak, and that's where we come in.
There was nothing personal in this, even though you almost sank our plans. But it turned out well. You were in the wrong place at the right time, and someone has to take the fall. Goodbye, Corvo.
I always hate it when they gloat.
Guards! Take him back to his cell.
You should eat, Corvo. This meal comes from a friend.
That might mean more if we actually knew that Corvo had friends. Oh. Corvo. Who we are is irrelevant right now. Just know that we have faith in you. Here's the key to your cell. Once you're out, head for the prison's interrogation room. Take the explosive there and plant it on the outer door. When the bomb goes off, run. Make for the river and lose yourself in the sewers. Wait, lose myself? Lose pursuers, though. What? You'll find some useful gear stashed there. One of the prison guards will have a weapon just outside your cell. And good luck. We need you alive and well for what's to come. A friend.
Did I tell you about the time I almost...
So it's probably going to take me like 30 minutes to get out of here. We'll see.
What was that? What the fuck's
Oh.
this final?
Okay.
Feed him to the hounds. Feed him to the hounds.
Death number 1! Actually, hang on. I want to test something. Do we actually have that working? Nope. Nope. The counter is not working. Alright. How about we don't just wander around at maximum speed this time?
How come so many people are coming to the execution tomorrow?
It's on account of Corvo, the one who killed the Empress and abducted her daughter, Emily.
So it's an occasion.
Kill a guard for me, will ya?
Social event for the
Burn
High
this
Might.
place to the ground.
See the noble Lord Protector get
Well,
his
aren't
head
you
chopped off.
mean?
You're out. Good for you. Cut some throats.
That I will do.
Tell Slackjaw I'm in here.
Attention.
He's gotta get me
The
out.
solitary wing is off.
Assassinations and non-lethal takedowns. With a sword in hand, assassinate an unaware enemy by pressing the right mouse button. Okay, and then C to perform a non-lethal.
Limits to maintenance crews, unless accompanied by an officer of the watch. Escorts to the
Let me out.
must be scheduled in advance with 1 week's notice.
We probably deserve it. I don't know. Oh. Okay. So first things first, we have to get past that room. I'm gonna try and do this as stealthy as possible,
Outsider's eyes. I'm getting
but we'll see if that's even possible. Oh. Wait, why can't you hear anything I say, Catalyst? The mic is apparently on. I'm getting good readings. It's probably YouTube, actually.
Attention. Tomorrow's execution will be restricted to the personnel assigned to the event.
Oh, okay.
And approved dignitaries only.
Well, welcome back to the channel. I appreciate you popping in, even if you can't hear anything. Gonna wait until this guard turns around and then probably make a break for it through the shadows. What? Yes, please don't. Ow. Okay. That didn't work as well as I would have liked. It's gonna take a couple deaths for me to figure out how sensitive the guards are now. Because on very hard, they're probably incredibly sensitive. Come on.
Attention. Tomorrow's execution will be restricted to the personnel assigned to the event and approved dignitaries only.
Yes. How have you been, Catalyst? Have your streams been going well?
Let me know if you want to take my patrol.
No, stupid goddamn.
Off we go. They'll wake up amongst a pile of themselves. Yes, I get that game.
That's just ridiculous. Stupid rats. Plague. Elixir.
Probably don't even need to deal with him. Oh.
Attention. The solitary
These guys have really good peripheral vision.
Unless accompanied by an officer of the watch. Escort to the solitary wing must be scheduled in advance with 1 week's notice.
What? Oh. You don't? Oh. Has your internet also been out again?
Attention. The solitary wing is
a no-kill teleportation only run of this.
Unless accompanied
I wouldn't
by
mind
an
doing
officer
something
of
like
the
that. That
watch.
actually sounds really fun,
Escort to the
Dishonored.
solitary wing must be scheduled in advance with 1 week's notice.
This is on maximum difficulty though, so I don't know how easily that I can actually manage that. Hey. No, I want to try. I want to try and see if I can actually avoid this guard. Interestingly, they can't see me when I'm leading like
this. The
this.
solitary wing is off limits to maintenance crews, unless
Oh boy.
accompanied by an officer of the watch. Escort through the solitary wing must be scheduled in advance with 1 week's notice.
No, stupid goddamn.
If you put people on ceiling lights, they can fall out and it counts as killing them. Oh yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, when it comes to actually killing people, the game is very strict.
That's just ridiculous. Stupid rats. Plague.
That's some good pistol. I guess that's just in case you end up getting hurt. You have a bit of healing here. If I actually manage this stealth only, then I probably won't need them though.
Let me know if you want to take my patrol. Bug someone else.
Oh, you were also playing Dishonored last night.
The solitary wing is off limits to maintenance crews, unless accompanied by an officer of the watch. Escort through the solitary wing must be scheduled in advance, with 1 week's notice.
I'm just gonna leave him here. A non-lethal playthrough. We'll see. I would like to do non-lethal, but I don't think that's gonna happen. There's a point in stealth where I'm just like, fuck it. I'm not bad at stealth, not anymore at least, but it's not my forte. That's blocking. I was trying to remember what button was blocked. Game does not tell you that. Trials of aptitude. Once a child shows the proper inclination, he is marked. Overseers are assigned to study the subject surreptitiously in order to determine whether this inclination is supported by cosmological conditions and other signs ongoing throughout the year. At the end of the cycle, those befitting further testing are removed from their homes some hours before dawn and must begin the march to an outpost outside the city. There, the children undergo ritual preparations and evaluation until the last night of the month of rain, when they make a pilgrimage to Whitecliff. During an elaborate ceremony, it is determined which of the children will become overseers and which must be put down. To be fair, I don't think you have to be all that stealthy in the Deus Ex series. It's a good idea, but it's not required. Also, of note, you guys may not have noticed this, but guards can hear you moving even when you're stealthed on this particular difficulty.
Attention. The solitary wing is off
Did you go up the
limits
stairs,
to
I'm guessing?
crews,
Shit, you might find the other guard.
Officer of the watch. Escort through the solitary wing must be scheduled in advance, with 1 week's notice.
Again, just do your rounds. The report's trouble for both of us.
I'm moving. Huh?
Yeah, they can also see you peeking around corners a little bit.
Hey, please, not now.
Hello, ratties.
Huh?
No, stupid gut.
There's gonna be a lot of in this playthrough. I can already see it.
Personnel assigned to the event and approved dignitaries only.
Stupid gut.
Huh? Maybe wind or something. What was that?
What the?
Shit.
Get it! Get around him!
Get it!
Here you are.
That almost worked. That almost worked. We just gotta be a bit more careful.
Attention.
I got impatient is what happened there.
Will be restricted to the personnel assigned to the event and approved dignitaries only.
Nasty furry Bill.
Oh shit.
What in the void was that?
What? There we go. Can't be too impatient.
Attention.
Went by the Xfinity store to try and fix our issue with the internet, right? So they gave us a new modem saying modems run their course after a year or two, which we had ours for just a little over a year by then. So we put the new modem in to fix the issue, which didn't do shit, and it has been going out all day since last night.
To maintenance
Huh.
crews, unless accompanied by an officer of the watch.
Yeah, but everything has to
Escort
be
through
set
the
up
solitary
today.
wing must be scheduled in advance with 1 week's notice.
Not everyone did. I really like the Empress.
This better not be a joke. I'll find you.
What do you mean, I'll find you?
Can't stay hidden forever.
Oh shit, did someone...
Got you now. Watch out.
Are you serious?
Attention.
An Xfinity code? I've never heard of something like that.
But everything has to be set up today.
I can't wait to see his hand. Not everyone did. I really like the Empress.
So I'm sorry, but what happened right there? Oh, this guy probably found the other guy. Well, now he gets silenced. And put with the other guy. You guys are such friends and stuff. And stuff.
I'll find you, you hagfish.
What?
You won't stay hidden for long.
The flip?
Attention. Tomorrow's execution will be restricted
Where'd
to
you
the
go?
personnel assigned to the event and approved dignitaries only.
I'm sorry, but why is he looking for me?
Can't stay hidden forever.
Oh.
Flush him. He's here. Fast.
You made some
Why is that one looking for me? There's no... I haven't done anything over there yet. He's like, I sense stabbings. Well, actually, that's not even right because I haven't even stabbed anyone.
I can't wait to see his hand roll. Not everyone did. I really like
To arms. Bastard.
Are you... What is going on?
For the watch.
Why? Why is he so pissed off at me? He's just like, Corvo, you're nearby. I sense it. A presence I've not felt since forever.
Yeah, but everything has to be set up today.
I can't wait to see his hand roll. Not everyone did. I really like the
Oh. Oh. I see now.
Oh, someone's not feeling well. Get it!
So the entire reason that they keep going after me is because I do have one of these. They don't have a purpose yet. I'm still trying to figure out how to set up the code to allow people to just vote for the next game. This is annoying. This is super annoying.
Not everyone did. I really like
You get to go over here.
Huh?
Yeah, no, this isn't gonna work. That? No. No, this is literally because all the guards got put right here. That is the entire reason I'm failing. Oh, the stress. You know, I'm gonna restart this entire level. We can do this better. That is actually the idea, Desalona. It's all campfire themed. And eventually, everyone will just be like, look, we can throw logs in the campfire. And it'll just keep the streams going. As long as the fire is burning, the stream keeps going.
So many people are coming to the execution tomorrow.
Yes, 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 yes.
Donna Corvo, the one who killed the Empress and abducted her daughter, Emily.
Okay, this time.
Right.
Now you want s'mores. This time, we get the right location. Wow, does Corvo seriously? Oh, this is the bed. Okay, well, the guard was sleepy.
Solitary wing is off limits to maintenance crews, unless accompanied by
He died of natural causes.
Escort through the solitary wing.
I actually kind of don't want to have that sword, honestly. The sword doesn't really do anything for me.
Did you say your sister wasn't?
Oh, come on.
Let's feed him to the hound. Fall down already. Come here so I can take the ring.
Ow. Where did you come from? I killed you.
Made someone a widow, Dan.
I made multiple people a widow. The problem is that you can't remember me making them a widow. Where does this load from? Okay, this loads from here. You know what? Screw it. I'm not picking up that sword. This is actually going to be easier without it.
So many people are coming to the
Yes, game, I know.
It's on account of Corvo, the one who killed the Empress and abducted her daughter, Emily.
So it's an occasion.
Right. Social event for the High and Mighty.
Yeah. That really sucks, Catalyst. Especially considering you've been having issues ever since you started watching my stream, and I'm just like, why? Why does this poor man have to suffer through this?
The solitary wing is off limits to maintenance crews, unless accompanied by an officer of the watch. Escort through the solitary wing must be scheduled in advance, with 1 week's notice.
Hey, don't you owe me a drink?
You're such a choffer.
Okay. So they've got like 2 or 3 stages of alertness. Oh, what the fuck? I was gonna not pick up the sword, but I guess I'm picking up the sword now. No worries, I can't control your internet, and neither can you. they just throw bricks at me this whole time? Ow. Ow. What are they throwing? Ow. What? What did I just climb onto? Desalona, maybe I will add a s'mores ability. Actually, that'd be that's a really good idea. I might have to do that. Try typing in exclamation point newt and you will find a bit of a reference. And by that I mean it is a reference. That someone was just like, you should add this, and I'm like, sure, why not? And so I added it. Newt. Exclamation point newt.
It's that simple.
The military or the plague?
Attention. Tomorrow's execution will be restricted to the personnel assigned to the event and approved dignitaries only.
I'm just like, why not? It'll take like 3 seconds to add in as a command. No. Where am I gonna put you? I'm gonna put you right there. You just decided to have a bit of a sleep. Everyone here is just really sleepy. That's why they're all passing out. There's a lot of stress related to this job, and they all need a bit more of a rest than most people would. Okay, that's the yard. Here's the interrogation. Is that a screwdriver? What are they gonna do with? Oh, they're gonna use this as a a big screwdriver too. That'd hurt if it gets pounded into your skull. Oh, I missed this.
Corvo's unconscious again, though he's taken more punishment than in...
Man. Duty officer's report. Corvo interrogation. Corvo Atano, formerly the Royal Protector, will be brought in for interrogation. This is of utmost importance. The Lord Regent and High Overseer Campo will conduct the questioning themselves. Follow their orders without hesitation and keep the torture under control. If Corvo dies in his hands instead of getting the public execution the Lord Regent wants, it'll be your head that rolls next.
Men we brought in for interrogation. When he wakes, we'll start again. Having him sign the confession for her murder isn't critical, but it might be useful to us later. The assassination of an empress is not a trivial matter.
Might take one of those empty bottles with me. Or teacup.
Tomorrow's execution will be restricted to the personnel assigned to the event and approved dignitaries only.
I saw something over here. Should I have no lights? Yeah.
Ackworth, you lazy slug. Did you patrol the yard?
Sorry, not yet. I was gonna report that boiler leak from yesterday.
Okay, the key's right there.
Do your rounds. The report's trouble for both. Someone there?
Damn it.
Fall down already.
Take it! For the watch!
You can't climb! Oh, but you can do that. Okay, fine, I'll die. I may have to reduce the frequency of that particular reminder. That one comes up quite often.
Ackworth, you lazy slug. Did you patrol the yard?
Sorry, not yet. I was gonna report that boiler leak from yesterday.
Forget it. Just do your rounds. A report's trouble for both of us.
I'm moving.
Nasty furry filth.
Huh? What the fuck?
Oh.
The rat got away.
For the watch.
Watch him. Ha!
Can't wait till I can see through walls. Ooh, 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 ooh. I want to try something. Haha! Haha!
Watch it.
Reminder, I have no sword, so I am limited in options here. Where did they go? That was funny.
Stupid cut.
Corvo's execution is tomorrow, right?
Yeah, but everything has to be set up today.
I can't wait to see his head roll. Not everyone did, but I really like the Empress. Gotcha now.
Oh god.
Attention. Tomorrow's execution will be restricted to the personnel assigned to the
Oh no, 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 no. Oh boy.
I heard you there. Here you are.
There's still a guard in here. Why is there still a guard in here? Oh god. That worked way better than I expected. I mean, obviously I was never going to get the key, but I wanted to see how long I could stay alive there.
Execution is tomorrow.
Oh.
Yeah, but everything has to be set up today.
I can't wait to see his head roll. Not everyone did, but I really like the Empress.
Attention. Tomorrow's execution will be restricted to the personnel assigned to the event and approved dignitaries.
Oh.
Something.
Get around him.
No god. I didn't think he'd turn around.
Corvo's execution is tomorrow, right?
Yeah, but everything has to be set up today.
I can't wait to see his head roll. Not everyone did, but I really like the Empress.
Attention. Tomorrow's execution will be restricted to the personnel assigned to the event and approved dignitaries only.
I'll flush you out.
Tell me again what you'll do if Slackjaw and his Bottle Street boys jump you.
Blow off. Can't stay hidden forever.
Okay. I don't know why I need bullets, but I have them now.
No, stupid cut.
No, that. Well, this is a rock and a hard place.
Feet under the house.
They always turn around just as I get to them. No. Corvo, you don't need that sword. You are not the Lord Protector anymore. You do not do the Queen's executions for her.
The solitary wing is off limits to maintenance crews, unless accompanied by an officer of the watch. Escort through the solitary wing must be scheduled in advance, with 1 week's notice.
Man, look at all this money.
This is ridiculous.
They really should fix this class.
Plague. Elixir. Bunch of crap. No, stupid goddamn. Stupid goddamn.
Maybe wind or something.
You know it. This seems dangerous. We can leave now. Corvo, approach, please.
I'll flush you out. What happened? Keep skulking around. Ooh, someone's not feeling well.
Maybe I should have left.
We know you're here. We'll
Definitely should have left.
help me find it. Where'd you look for him?
You'll keep running if you know
He's
what's
slippery.
good for you.
Check everywhere.
Okay, yeah, definitely should have left.
Got a problem.
This is a slight issue.
I know you're somewhere around here.
We know you're here. Call out if you see him. Oh, I'll find him. He's
I don't know what
here.
this switch does.
Here you are.
How did you guys?
He's
Get
here.
around him.
Did one of you? I'm guessing one of them turned around and then alerted the others. Unfortunately.
I'll flush you out.
Oh, yeah. They're just kind of milling around this area.
I'll find you.
Okay.
I know you're here.
Now we can probably leave.
Can't stay hidden forever.
I gotta admit, I'm actually enjoying this. Forgot how much I like this game. Yeah, no, there's no reason to stay here. Just keep going. Hey, Reddy. Oh, aren't you adorable?
Some kind of explosive to blast his way out. That doesn't happen by accident.
You think he had help? Who'd know how to do that?
Bottle Street gang, maybe. Watch for booby traps. Be some down here by the look of it.
Hey. Corvo, if you're reading this, then that means our plan worked and you've broken free from Coldridge. One of our contacts has hidden weapons for you somewhere deeper in the sewers. Grab the gear and find Samuel where the tunnels dump out into the river. He will bring you to us. A friend who will meet you soon.
You're afraid of him? He's Sir Conan. It's all merchants and whores down there.
Kids like you never saw what he was like. I saw him fight.
Did the rats just open the door? I have never seen rats do that. I've never heard of rats doing this, but I don't doubt that they could. What happened to the bones? Yeah, you're damn right. There's a bunch of rats behind it. Wait. You cannot kill the rat plague. Rats are eating our babies. Hmm? Okay. Avoid the rats. Can do that. Easy enough. Is there anything I want on either side of the sewers here? Not especially. We can just keep moving. Damien's journal. Amanda and I only had enough coin to buy half the elixir we need. Even that's all gone now, and there's nothing to do but wait. We're very sick, and there's no place above for. We are very sick, and there's no place above to hide from the city watch. They're breaking into houses all over the district, so we'll stay here and share the last hours together. Our fire will keep the rats away, but they'll inherit this city. What? I just lightly bumped against that bottle and it shattered. Will it stay this way? Okay, it looks like it'll stay open. Slowly regain a bit of my health. As long as I stay out of trouble, regaining health shouldn't be that bad. Unfortunately, I don't have Ghost for this.
Aren't we supposed to load the bodies into carts headed to the flooded district?
Yeah, but screw that. That's too far. I don't want to catch the plague, do you?
No. Doesn't the elixir prevent it?
Maybe. Either way, let's just jump them down there. Let the rats eat them.
Pleasant. So we've got 2 bodies, 3 bodies to work with. There we go. Does take them a bit of time to eat each body.
Attention Dunwall citizens. The assassin Corvo, responsible for the murder of our fair Empress and the disappearance of Lady Emily, heir to the throne, has
Oh my God,
temporarily
guys, take care of your sewer system.
Any evidence as to his whereabouts must be delivered to the City Watch at once.
Take care of your sewer system, and your sewer system will take care of you. Seems like a bad idea, but... Ah! Barely did any damage, though. This feels very arcane. Almost exactly like Prey did. Some of the same audio cues as well. Yay, we got a bolt. I have no crossbow currently to use said bolt, but maybe in future we can. Can we jump over this? Yes. Okay, so we still have no sword. For rent. You can get rid of those. I love that it's converted directly into coin. Greetings, Corvo, or should I say Lord Protector, as you were known for that title was before that title was wrongfully taken from you. Why not wrongly? Why do you have to go with the longer wrongfully? We are the servants of the Empire and of the true Empress, a group of loyalists who want very much to meet you. Take these weapons, crafted for you of the finest materials in the Isle, and meet with our man Samuel near where these tunnels spill into the Wrenhaven River. All haste and luck. We share a common purpose. Nice. Also, this goes by correct logic, and you can just do that. The right mouse button applies to the right hand. The left mouse button applies to the left hand. It makes sense. Take that, Bioshock. Have to reverse Bioshock's controls in every single game. Fuck. Well, no harm done, I guess. Jelly, in case you're too daft to remember, look to your whiskey for the answer. Whiskey, got it? If you want your share, you'll sort it out. If not, I'll come back for it next month. Whiskey? Whiskey. Where's some whiskey? Wait, is this jelly over here? This is a corpse. This is also a corpse. Going in the water. Going in the water. Polluting the sewer systems. No one's happy. Everyone's gonna die of food poisoning. Whiskey, you say? I'm not seeing any instances of whiskey around.
Won't get past me, sir. Do you know who we're hunting here? Don't try to take him out alone.
But what if no one from the squad is around?
Then try to make a lot of noise when you die. Knock something over if you can.
Bastard.
I mean, that's accurate.
Smells like a dead reaper in here.
Might be. So where are we going?
Any chance you'll share your food with me tonight? Please, not now.
Probably is. They come here to die sometimes in the dark. Just slip into the water, don't come out.
Hey Disalana, if I had a exclamation point s'mores, what would it do?
I wonder how deep it is. Yeah, I can't. Hey, what was that? Someone help me out! Yeah! 8 men off. Come here to die sometimes in the dark. Slip into the water.
Alright, that's a good idea. Why not both? Why not give s'mores to everyone?
I wonder how deep it is. Hey.
What?
Just die.
Can I chop off his head?
Can I buy your ration of elixir from today? You're such a chop.
Alright. I have an idea. There's a bottle over here.
Slip into the water, don't come out. What was that?
Oh.
Damn.
Okay. That almost worked. So then I made more noise by dropping.
They come here to die sometimes in the dark. Just slip into the water, don't come out. What's that?
Damn it! How do I kill him without, you know... Well, how do I knock him out?
They come here to die sometimes in the dark. Just slip into the water, don't
I'm
come
kind
out.
of curious if hitting him in the head with a bottle will do. That'd be funny.
Heard something. I wonder how deep it is. I can't see the bottom.
Hey, we got there. You get to stay there. The whole wonder how deep it is thing is totally not a suggestion to go into water. And just swim your way to freedom. Whoa!
Attention Dunwall citizens. The assassin Corvo, responsible for the murder of our fair Empress and the disappearance of Lady Emily, heir to the throne, has temporarily escaped state custody. Any evidence as to his whereabouts...
Corvo, over here. Quickly, I'm Samuel. And I work for some good people who want very much to meet you. Well, they said you'd come out here. I could still hardly believe it. I'll take you to meet them.
What
Just
is
down
that?
the river from here.
Behind you. Alright. Oh, it's a whaling ship. Dead or unconscious bodies found. Overall chaos. Low. Didn't kill anyone. Check. Hell yeah. No ghost, though. No ghost. Oh, I only found like half the coins. Well, let's continue. So far, this actually isn't that much different from the original. Or from when I played it the first time. The change in difficulty doesn't seem to have changed much.
This is the Hound Pit's pub. Closed for business. Half the district marked off as dead from the plague. We're right under the Lord Regent's nose, and he don't know a thing. Of course, if anyone finds out what we're up to, the Watch will break in with swords drawn. And now that you've escaped, the Lord Regent's going to be tearing the city apart.
Hey, it's Kevin Die 1.
Take you up to meet Admiral Havelock and the rest of the Loyalists. The Admiral's a man to be reckoned with. If anyone can help you find that missing girl, Lady Emily, and clear your name, he can. I expect they're hard at work in there. Best join them. They'll help you get whoever really killed the Empress.
All right. Oh, hang on. How tall is tower?
I'm sure the Admiral was anxious to meet you. It wasn't easy getting you here.
How did they do the textures for this game? Everyone's faces look a little bit melted.
I wouldn't hang about
like they're on a painting.
From what I understand, time's getting short.
We found our man. Even after 6 months in Coldridge Prison, he slipped out like it was nothing.
Because it was.
Not surprising. He was the personal bodyguard of the Empress. You've heard the stories.
Yes, I have. It still amazes me that someone could get to the Empress and young Lady Emily.
No one knows the real story.
It's Kevin Iowa.
All of our suspicions. We'll know the truth in time.
He's strong and quick. But I hope he understands subtlety as well.
This isn't one of your fancy parties. The reality is that we need...
Oh, was that your original name, Kevin?
You ever killed a man?
Only with my wit. But it's a fair point as always. He'll be here soon, and I'm looking forward to meeting him.
Corvo walks into a bar.
We can continue this later, Lord Pendleton. The man of the hour is here. Corvo, I'm Admiral Havelock. A true servant of the Empire, like you. Until the Lord Regent purged those of us who wouldn't recognize his claim on the throne.
And I'm Lord Trevor Pendleton. I represent the nobility in our little group.
Havelock looks like a Great Dane.
Here at the Hound Pits pub.
This is a momentous occasion, Corvo. I'm going to come out with it. We've been building a coalition of loyalists, aimed at ending the Lord Regent's tyranny and restoring the throne.
At risk of execution, we're committed to finding young Lady Emily and seeing her crowned as Empress.
We've got big plans, but we can't do any of it without you. We need your skills, your ability in a fight, and in helping us, we're going to help you destroy the men who murdered the Empress.
Sorry, you must be exhausted. We can discuss this further after you've recovered. But before you retire, you should introduce yourself to Piero. He's challenging at times, but his industrious mind buys him that right.
Gotta put up with the nerds, right?
Piero's as much an artist as a technician. He's going to be crafting the gear you'll need. Go talk to him, and then get some sleep. We can talk more when you've rested.
I am not related to Ferret. Why, does it look like I should be related to Ferret?
Good to have you with us, Corvo. Nothing against the others, but there's no substitute for a man who's done his service for the crown.
Okay, so now we're just gonna...
Have you talked to Piero yet? He made the weapons we left for you on your way out of Coleridge Prison. Go see him when you can. Stop at once!
God, I love the physics in this game. Ooh.
What in the blazes was that?
Oh, this is great.
Corvo, what are you up to?
Sweet. You can kill people with beer bottles. You can kill people with beer bottles. I've proved it.
Have you talked to Piero yet? He made the weapons
Ooh,
we left for you on your way out of
can I mess with your drink?
Go see him when you can.
Nope, that drink is pretty well indestructible. That was great. There's an Easter egg in here that I actually intend to look at too.
I'll be crafting your weapons and gear. All custom work. For you, I will create the tools of a master assassin.
Hey, Piero. Beer bottles are hard.
This cannot happen now. The tank of whale oil's run out. Will
Oh,
you
that's
get a
kinda-
new tank from upstairs, please, while I hold this in place? Careful. Oil's unstable. it explodes, there's a terrible mess.
I always kind of like the idea of just slotting in this massive jug of whale oil. It amused me for some reason. Because it literally is just a massive jug of whale oil.
Perfect. Now plug it in. Perfect. Thank you, Cole. Here, see?
They lead to bad decisions.
Mask. You're a wanted man, so everyone in the city knows your face, but this mask will mean terror to them. If you just hold still, the fit must be precise. There. Can you see normally?
Nope.
Center lens out of alignment. There. Better now? I could create more for you. Upgrades
better.
for your gear, weapons, munitions. But our situation here is desperate. Scavenge
You've gone healthy.
valuables, and I will resell them on the black market. That should give us the money to craft the things you need.
I am well, Kevin.
Tell me what I can make for you.
Sure, let's have a look. So we're just going to be trying out a stealth run. Probably not going to get ghosts, but definitely non-lethal. So normal crossbow bolts, almost completely useless. We'll get them during games, during the actual missions, and probably never use them. Rewire tools, though, much better. Mask optics. Bone charms. Bone charms we want. Pretty bad.
You must be exhausted. I advise that you get some sleep. Your life will get even more difficult soon. You should rest while you can.
Taken into consideration, Doctor. But I have to look around.
Very well. You know best. Let me know if you need anything more.
Yeah, I'm doing well. Enjoying playing this game. It's been a long time since I played this game. Hey, hang on. Piero, no. I will not sign off on these purchases. A bag of powdered crystal, Tivian ore. What's wrong with the metals and crystal? King sparrow feathers. If you need feathers, sacrifice your own pillow. Maybe at the academy everything you needed was paid for by tariff and handed out willy-nilly, but this is my bar, or what's left of it, and we're operating on a budget. We're running low on oil, food, elixir, building materials, and everything else, so you've got to slow down. While I'm footing the bill, I will not approve your purchases unless they're absolutely required. No more copper wire or special herbs. If you need those things, go out and scavenge them. Half the city is in ruins, so no one is going to miss any of the odd crap you seem to need. Wait, why do you hate Snarl, Kevin? Why did Snarl rage quit? I'm confused. Did something happen? Whale vivisection. Excerpt from the notes of a natural philosopher aboard a whaling ship. Remarkably, each specimen I had the pleasure of studying during the voyage possessed some minor variance in physiology. On the second leg of the trip, east of Tivia, the crew hauled aboard a female some 42 feet in length. I estimate she weighed 35 tons, and the ship sat low, rocking side to side throughout the night with her thrashing. By candlelight, I took her apart, sketching and taking notes. Against her Ew, she is still alive! Against her bellowing, I cut into the massive tentacles around her mouth. Within I found row upon row of teeth and baleen running along the upper jaw. Through this broom-like structure, I assumed she filtered food from the water sheet that was too small to be chewed. Wait, why is Snarl gone? Ferret. You guys still haven't answered my question.
The Academy teaches that absurd idea that the energy in whale oil arises from the need to maintain of adaptation produce high-energy humors in the body. I could build a tank that would slowly increase pressure on a subject over a long period of time and then observe them for years if need be to see if the formulation of energetic substances develop. Surely the Empress would be able to furnish me with facilities, subject and the necessary legal amnesty.
Oh. Holy shit, that... Yeah, that's got a bit out of control. Or Snow. Back on a or a less depressing note, I suppose. Sokolov no longer has the upper hand with regard to supplies of whale oil. The good Admiral has paid for the installation of my own system, which will enable me to work in this place. The oil tank dispenser, when activated, will produce an empty vessel for filling. When the empty tank is held near the oil tank refill pump, the magnetic attractor should take the tank and lock it into the correct configuration. Using the lever will begin the refilling process. Once refilling is completed, the tank will be removed and placed in service. Extreme caution must be used when handling the full tanks. They are quite unstable. The system is sound and well engineered. It appears that the Greaves Oil Company has done something correctly for once. No. Well, hopefully he comes back. Excerpt from the founder of the Greaves Whale House by Ebenezer Greaves. Out at sea, they secure the beast with hooks, with lines cast from the main ships and from several smaller boats. Buoys keep the whales from diving deep. Once it's caught, a larger hook is driven through the tail. Which is used to hoist the creature up through the chute. They moan and bellow for some time as the men get them onto the deck, then lift them into the scaffolding overhead. The ship adjusts its prow and returns to port in Dunwall, where the crew works on... Why do you have to have it alive? Well, if he unfollowed everyone but you, there's still a chance that he might come back.
I speculated this might happen. Why would you do this?
Wait.
I speculated this might happen. Why would you do this?
I'm amused that that actually causes a response.
You must have known Sokolov. Clever, yes, but fundamentally a second-rate mind.
Yeah? Why are you suggesting that me and Farrad are related? Dead counter responsibilities. Commissioned by the Lord Regent in the face of the growing plague crisis, the dead counter is a position that will only be given to officers, usually of junior or middle grades. In most matters of edict or curfew enforcement, these officers will defer to the acting officer on duty. However, any dead counters will have command in situations related to the plague and the handling of the dead, including those with late-stage plague symptoms, called weepers in common parlance. Starting in the month of rain, interested officers may apply for the test and, if accepted, for the 2-week training tour. Pay will be administered in coin and rations of elixir at 1 1/2 normal pay grade. That sounds pretty nice. Failed experiments. Excerpt from the series of lectures on natural philosophy by Piero Joplin. So the man that we are talking to. Of course I have attempted to improve upon Sokolov's designs. Of course. And why not? After all, it is likely that his thinking was influenced in some small way by our time together at the Academy. We are all part of a community, striving to unknot the mysteries of the cosmos. Even those among us who possess the greatest minds are often led to a fruitful line of consideration by, how does one say it, our intellectual subordinates. Sokolov is no exception to this, despite the glamour of genius he has cast over the aristocracy. No, me and Ferret are not related. Ferret's just a guy who ended up finding me also playing Witcher 3. And I'm like, wow, our streams are surprisingly similar. And further, it is true that many of my experiments have failed. No need to gossip about it behind my back in your social clubs and in the very chambers of the Academy itself. Great ambition requires risk. You may laugh now at my door to nowhere, but someday you will not. Your children will likely see it as commonly as you see the electric lamps lighting our streets at night. But a few short years ago, you would have laughed at Sokolov's arc pylons or wall of light. Your laughter, your condescending smiles, they are nothing but evidence of your own limited imagination. You don't hate me yet. Well, that's good to know. I hope that never ends up being the case. It's a lot of books. They didn't have to put this in, but they did. I like that little detail.
I am a man of talent, but even a
Later, Piero.
needs a patron. I have been fortunate to ally with men like the Admiral and yourself.
I think Piero noticed we're gone. There's got to be something up here worth.
Oh my, you startled me.
Oh hey.
Ah, you could only be Corvo. I suppose you're practicing for your, well, your job. You're much younger than I expected. Do make yourself at home. Terrible you got blamed for the death of the Empress. Rest her spirit.
I like that. Hang on.
I'm sorry it's so dark. We can't risk being seen. It is a bit romantic though, isn't it?
No, Corvo's not into that. Corvo has work to do. I like that they actually, like, if you come in this way, this is one of the ways that you meet Lydia, and they've got dialogue for it. Harpooner songs. What will we do with a drunken whaler? What will we do with a drunken whaler? What will we do with the drunken whaler? Early in the morning, feed him to the hungry rats for dinner. Feed him to the hungry rats for dinner. Feed him to the hungry rats for dinner. Early in the morning. Way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises early in the morning. Slice his throat with a rusty cleaver, slice his throat with a rusty cleaver, slice his throat with a rusty cleaver early in the morning. Stuff him in a sack and throw him over, stuff him in a sack and throw him over, stuff him in a sack and throw him over early in the morning. Way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises early in the morning. Okay, yeah. I kind of got that, Kevin. Sudden impromptu wailing songs. I'm gonna be honest, I just opened that up and then just kind of went with it. I was not expecting to sing this string. Although I always wanted to know what that entire song was. And I say to you, brothers, it is here that we make our stand as a righteous force against the growing darkness. It is here that we unite against the spirits of the unknown that would drag us screaming into the night, never to return to our homes, to our families. Together we will serve as a rod to those who would stray from the herd, for the foggy gray wastes of the outsider. We will burn a bright fire with our virtuous actions so that others will not lose their way. And to those who choose to wander beyond the walls of our home in far places, we will strike at them swiftly before they whisper to their neighbors, filling their hearts with strangeness and doubt. Oh my god, there's so much reading to do! This entire session is just going to be reading. Hey, what's this trunk? Oh, hey, processed whale oil. A Gaffer's Tale, Volume 1. A Gaffer's Early Adventures. My sister Nina and I left Tivia together, saying goodbye to our aunt, the woman who had raised us since childhood, leaving behind our home of yarrow and the cold, but beautiful white landscapes we had always known. We boarded a ship for Dunwall. Our parents had left us with a sizable inheritance, and we spent half of this getting to the capital city and establishing a small import shop dedicated to Tivian furs. Once I'd helped Nina establish the business, I was free to pursue my dream. Signing on with a whaling ship was the most exciting thing I've ever done, and I saw it as a means to an end. Someday I would captain my own crew, and eventually own a fleet of similar vessels. With tears in her eyes, Nina kissed me farewell, and I did not see her again for many months. Reading. What is this, early 1900s? I mean, they actually don't really mention like what kind of time period we're looking at for the technology level. Obviously, it's a little bit higher than you might expect because we've got stuff like walls of light, processed whale oil, stuff like that. Also, the actual universe is probably a bit different. As an apprentice to the Gaffer, I got to see the tracking and the killing of great beasts up close. Nothing had ever fired my spirit so, as the winds and pounding waves, racing after a wounded whale being pulled by a skein of cables embedded in its thick flesh. Extra thick flesh. I changed more in the first 7 months than I had in the previous 7 years. Whaling was beginning to put its mark on me so that Nina barely recognized me when I returned, tanned and sinewy with muscle. Weather creases already wrinkling the corners of my eye, but she could see that I was filled with joy, having found my purpose. Admiralty of the Fleet. Excerpt from a book on naval history. Holy crap, it just keeps going. While each of the isles has some form of naval fleet, none is more envied than that of Bristol, with its long, proud history of great ships and the admirals who command them. Boys come of the age in the city of Gristles, hoping to someday captain such a ship. And family dynasties are made by those captains who track down infamous pirates or crush seditious uprisings, as during the Morley insurrection. In times of war and peace, Bristol continues to innovate at sea. The ship designs of Anton Sokolov himself now represent the highest standard in the whaling trade, allowing crews to haul their kill up over the deck and begin their butchery and processing even as the ship returns to Dunwall. The crews could be seen working on their latest whale as the ship moves slowly up the Wrenhaven River, coming to dock with one of the most powerful whaling warehouse companies such as the Greaves Whaling House. Suspended in the rigging overhead and backlit by the setting sun, the silhouette of one of these creatures makes a moving sight as it cruises to its final resting place in the industrial heart of the capital city.
Log entry 1-4.
Oh my god, it just keeps going.
We've moved to a new phase. Martin's improvisations have borne fruit. The former bodyguard has been freed and is en route to the staging location. Pendleton's voting block and my military connections. All we've lacked is the ability to project lethal force in a controlled manner against a previously inaccessible... to the point, we need a man who can kill the bastards for us. Corvo is more than capable of that, I have no doubt. End log. Is this off? Switch. Where the hell is it?
So, in addition to doing a full non-lethal run, we're actually going to be doing the non-lethal methods of getting rid of people, which is going to be fun because I've never done that before. I always just killed everyone. It has been days since our men were dispatched to stash weapons for Corvo in the old sewer. They have not returned, so I can only hope that they succeeded in oh, those are the corpses I found. So I can only hope they succeeded in getting the packages delivered. Piero spent considerable time and resources making those things. If I could find a way to mass produce them, the Dunwall Navy would secure its placement as the dominant force on the globe. But back to Corvo. Can he actually break out of Coldridge? And if so, will he make his way here? I personally give him odds of 1 in 5, of course. Master room key. Gaffer's Tale, Volume 2. After more than a quarter of a century, I am done with whaling, too broken to continue. I've seen all the corners of the isle and made more coin than most men see in a lifetime. But it's all gone. I've lived through an emperor and watched his daughter take the throne. Fair young empress she was, but slain so young. Everything beautiful comes to die. I've eaten in every port of the known world and sailed in the loneliest waters you could imagine. I've seen the cliffs around Pandysia, even the... Wait. Oh, I was expecting that to go further. Even the best of it didn't give me an ounce of joy. The years come back across my dreams as a line of butchered bodies, long, sleek, and singing among the waves under the moonlight, only to be speared by ugly, weather-scarred men who'd knife each other for a good pair of boots. Each year I had less time to come home. My tongue forgot the language of small chatter, and those who lived in the cities thought me odd. My sister Nina hardly knew what to say to me during our visits. When she lost her business to the Lord Regent's crooked barrister, I was 100 miles out east of Morley, gaff hand frozen from the sleet as we tracked the first bull whale we've seen in months. I helped her as much as I could, but Nina died in the early days of the plague. None of it mattered. If I'm jaded and bitter, it's because this industry has taken away my dreams. The world has beaten me. What?
River traffic
That
is
was a
from
massive change from the first book.
Due to risk of infectious contact, violators will be taken to the flooded district for treatment and rehabilitation.
Let me just keep that. And boop.
My furnishings have been installed at last with no small amount of complaining by that antiquated boatman. The others have no idea what it's like to suffer as I have. Speaking of which, Wallace, please breathe 2 bottles of Dunwall Red, never mind which, and fetch a clean glass. Well, I'll begin again tomorrow.
Pleased to meet you, Master Corvo. I saw you at court in happier days, but you might not remember. I was once a close ally to the Lord Regent, Hiram Burroughs, back when he was just the spy master. He's one manipulative bastard, I can tell you that.
Yeah. Don't get me
There's
on.
something
Don't get me
distinguished about
started.
you, Corvo. Was there nobility back in your family line? I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm just gonna.
What happened? Did you do that?
Nope. Nope. Totally don't hate nobles. 100%. Laters. Oh, hey, Wallace.
Please follow me to your quarters.
Do not attempt to house or care for a friend or family member who shows signs of blood on their face and chest area. The only way to help them is to bring them to the city watch. They will be taken to the flooded district for treatment.
Why the flooded district? Oh, hey.
This is your room. It was chosen to give you privacy. I understand you'll need your rest.
You couldn't have cleaned it up a bit? Jesus. Filthy.
Attention Dunwall citizens. Be advised, the river crust infestation has spread downriver, as far as the river mouth and flooded district. Do not attempt to approach or destroy a river crust. Any items recovered from doing so are considered state property.
Okay. Excerpt from a longer work of fiction. Finding my way by the feeble light of the dying fire, I saw her working. A large needle moved in her hand, following precise esoteric patterns, knots and loops of seamstress's craft from ancient days. Beneath her needle, his body clenched and shuddered, shaking the wooden table. A morbid fascination pushed me closer, until she turned her blank face toward me, resting the needle in his flesh. With a refined tone, she addressed me. So you are my lover, I presume. You, too, have been unfaithful, and it is now your turn to be mended. The young Prince of Tivia. Where is Tivia, anyway? I kind of wish I had an entire map of the Isles. Probably is one somewhere. Lord Nathan Bale, shaking with outrage. How dare you, sir, clothe so in my very home? I should hand you over to the watch, depraved Tivian. Prince Calasar, moving closer. That's a harsh welcome for royalty, my lord. Your daughter has treated me with much more hospitality. Alas, she has gone out for the evening, leaving me all alone. Lord Nathan Bale, stammering, studying the young man before him. What are you doing? Leave this house. Go back to your frozen wasteland, pale rascal. Prince Calasar, smiling coyly, reaching out. No need for anger between us, Lord Bale. Is it so wrong for me to be here? As I've proven, I've developed an affinity for you and your family. Lord Nathan Bale, gasping. Oh, my, Calasar, your skin is so warm. Okay. Your skin is so warm. It burns. Oh, lordy. We've already read that. We've already read that.
I used to be the hostess here. Oh, I could tell you stories about that, believe me.
Yeah, I can imagine. Can you give me that key? I guess not. What is processed whale oil doing down here? Hard to say.
Did you do that? The Admiral served in the Navy under the Empress. But something happened with the Lord Regent that drove the Admiral out. If I understand it right.
I'm kind of curious, if I keep throwing bottles at him, will he eventually just keel over the course of the game? I might just throw a bottle at him at the beginning of every mission. In fact, that sounds downright hilarious. There's still loot. Loot to be had. Okay, I think I've explored about as much as I have. Yes, I have explored exactly as much as I have. As much as I want to, I should say. Let's head to sleep, shall we? What does that sound? Rain? Well, I don't think it's rain. Okay, I really don't think it's rain. Huh. This is kind of a freaky dream.
Hello, Corvo. Your life has taken a turn, has it not? The Empress is dead. Her precious daughter Emily is lost somewhere in the city, and you will play a pivotal role in the days to come. For this, I have chosen you and drawn you into the void. I am the outsider, and this is my mark. There are forces in the world and beyond the world, great forces that men call magic. And now, these forces will serve your will. Use this newfound power, my gift to you. Come find me.
Oh. Stealthy forward dash through the world. Okay. New. Oh well. I got too overzealous. Oh, hey, what's this? You cannot save her, you cannot save her, you cannot... I'm not reading all of this. I think we get it. You cannot save her. Corvo, I'm very sad. They say that you're dead like Mother, but I'm going to put this note in a bottle and throw it into the river because I do not believe them. Living here is strange. I do not like it, so please come for me if you can. What is this face? The faces in this just, they look so expressive, but they're also so fucked up. No note for you? Guess not. Ooh, what are these? This is a very strange dream.
That follow, your trials will be great, Corvo. Seek the ancient runes bearing my mark in the lonely places of your world, and at shrines raised in my name. These runes will grant you powers beyond those of other men. To help you find these runes, I give you this, the heart of a living thing, molded by my hands. With this heart, you will hear many secrets, and it will guide you toward my runes, no matter how they may be hidden. Listen to the heart now, and find another rune.
This place is the end of all things.
Oh, okay. Yes, yes.
And the beginning.
This thing basically dispenses lore. I love it.
All of time's meaningless here. Neither seconds, nor centuries. Someday this place will devour all the lights in the sky. The one who walks here is all things. Cradle songs of comfort and bones gnawed by teeth. This is the place from which those who dabble in black arts draw their power. And this place is their doom. I can feel the great age ending. This place is the end of all things, and the beginning. All of time's meaning is here. Neither
Okay, now she's repeating.
nor centuries.
I put it on 7 of all things. Not gonna lie, just kind of crap myself right there. What time is it? We'll probably end at around 4. Alright then. Gonna be maxing out Blink because everyone maxes out Blink. Oh, hey, more lore. Carved from the bones of great whales, these artifacts can be used to acquire and upgrade your supernatural powers by those who bear the mark of the outsider.
How you use what I have given you falls upon you, as it has to the others before you. And now I return you to your world, but know that I will be watching with great interest.
Oh, you got a cheeseburger, Ferret? Oh man, now I want a cheeseburger. There's no McDonald's near where I live though, strangely. Oh right, this is some of the DLC stuff, since I've got all of the DLC. This is a bit game breaking, but whatever. Journal of Granny Rags. Of course I'll tell you, dearie. I wouldn't keep any secrets from you in the end. All the dreary days of my life are like the windows of a house. From the kitchen, I can see into the garden where the leaves and stalks are brown and buck-eaten. You can see a little lump of dirt where something was wrapped in a blanket and laid to rest along the rows of twisting vines. The front room looks out into the street, where the neighbors are all setting fire to their homes, barricading themselves inside. Warm and snug, dearie. Don't forget about the bedroom, either. It sees into a dreary alley where hooligans are playing a game with an old man. The first two are hitting him with sticks, and the girl with them is kicking at his dry old ribs. Oh, to have those bones, to boil them in a pot. No one lives in my house anymore, dearie. No one you'd want to meet. When I lived there with my husband, we were fine, fine people. Vera amore, everyone would say. Your house is as grand as Boyle Manor. Better, even. Your dinners are lavish and your parties are the best. When that young Sokolov came to paint my portrait, I was nearly still in my prime. Radiant, he said. And he was just barely a man. So young, painting all the best people across the land. Everyone wanted a portrait by his hand, all of my friends. I was the only one, dearie, wet with his paint, glistening on the canvas for a pretty coin. But it wasn't all parties and painting. My husband and I weren't always home. No, we traveled together, he and I, to the far ends of the Isles. beyond even all the way to the red cliffs of Pandicia, to dig in the rock and crawl through the caves, holding up candles and squinting at the walls. Many precious things we come upon, but none so precious as the boy with the black eyes, dearie. All those marks and bones carved so deep and polished so bright. I brought the old bones home, hid them from my dear husband. Then I learned to boil them and carve them myself. They made such good presents, dearie. The little mute boy took them home. He loved them so. All the time he came back with new bones for me, holding them up so I could see it in his eyes, even though his tongue was still. Granny, his eyes would say to me, carve these bones for me. Make me another present. And he went so far, all the way to Dunwall Tower, the royal headsman himself now, my little mute boy and his shiny, shiny sword. Better bones were what I needed, you see. Better bones to carve and polish, scrape and gleam. My dear old husband was always tired. I made him soup and then he was sick. Better bones was all. For my little mute boy, carved in the name of the one with black eyes. And after my husband was gone, given away as birthday gifts, I didn't want to live there anymore. So now I'm old, and I don't have many to give my presents to. It's sifting through the garbage for granny rags and feeding the little birdies that gather at my feet. No one wants to have tea, dearie. Especially those rude louts on Bottle Street, Slackjaw and his boys, always meddling with an old woman just trying to make her way. In the end, we'll be together with him, you and me in the dreary night, with stars above and below, and always the one with the black eyes, dearie. I actually really hope everyone enjoyed that. That was a whole lot of fun to read through. Mystical Wolfhound artifact. Early life and criminal record. Slackjaw. Oh, another fun one to read. You want the chinwag on Slackjaw. What he was like when he was young, before he got his name. Oh, he's got a cool head now, but it weren't always like that in the days before he was the boss of the Bottle Street gang. Time was, young Slackjaw wasn't such a reasonable man. Like most of us, he grew up on the streets, running with a pack of ragamuffins and avoiding the law, pinching whatever he needed. Dark-haired and dark-eyed, smoking a pipe by the age of 10. For them born into the brothels or coming from orphanages, it was either the gangs or working with the mudlarks, and no one wants that. Someone got pressed into the Navy or put down in the mines run by the Pendleton or Boyle families. As hard as it was on the streets, as hungry as we all got, at least we was free. By the time we weren't little young'uns anymore, Slackjaw was one to watch, usually calling the shots when we took down a farmer's cart or a sidewalk street vendor. We'd come up with a plan, give everyone some part to play, and decide on the split. Most of us just went along, because we learned fast that we made up better like that. More food, more coin. Plus, none of us wanted to deal with Slackjaw when he was in a rage. We worked on a couple of big jobs with Black Sally across town, and that was enough to get the attention of the other bosses. He wasn't just a street kid anymore. Now he was an up-and-up-comer, which meant trouble. Another guy fancied himself as much as such was Mike the Fish, who was working his way up running the protection racket among the factory women. One fine evening, we're all talking in a body show in the theater house. Mike the Fish and his lot are there, and cheap seats too, just down the aisle from us. Mike gets a wild idea. He wasn't big on planning. To throw a heavy ceramic spittoon at Slackjaw. Hit him square in the face and breaks his jaw. We look to see if there's going to be a blood brawl, but Slackjaw just points at the door, and we all leave, with Mike laughing at our backs. We waking up the next day without telling us why. Slackjaw motions for us all to follow. He still can't say a word, so we just come along. We stood at the docks, and Slackjaw actually pays coin for it, a heavy chain covered in hooks. It's for fishing in the deep, something you'd attach to a long line off the side of a fish. Off the side of a ship. It's about 4 feet, made of thick links, and there are sharp hooks coming off at different angles. Slackjaw's got that thing wrapped around his left arm, dangling at his side. Not sure how he knew where Mike the fish was staying, but when we reached his girl's house, Slackjaw throws a bottle through the window just like that. It's almost noon. There's a bunch of screaming inside, and Mike pokes his head out, looking wide-eyed and baffled. When he sees Slackjaw out on the street, a look comes over his face that still gives me the willies. Pure murder. Mike comes out the side door, bellowing like a blood ox, holding a cleaver, heading straight for Slackjaw. When they come together in the street, Slackjaw spins and the shark hooks bite deep into Mike's arm and shoulder. He screams, but Slackjaw, holding on to the chain. He's standing there, with his jaw broken, clenched tight, with the chain wrapped around his left arm, hook sunk into Mike the fish, just knifing him as fast as he can. Mike couldn't fight very well, hooked like that and using his left hand. But he was a big guy and took a lot of stabbing before he went down to his knees. Everyone was cheering at first, but then we all went quiet. It all kept going and going until finally it was just Mike the fish blubbering, crying like a baby, and the sound of Slackjaw's knife. When it was over, and here's the brilliant part, Slackjaw took out a note and stuck to Mike's face with a nail. It just said, "If you want a job, come to Bottle Street." Slackjaw didn't talk right for a couple months, but word spread fast. By the end of the year, once we had a sizable gang going, he sent out letters to the other bosses, telling them that he was running a brand new crew over on Bottle Street. Most of them laughed or beat up the guys who delivered the letters. Green-Eye Trish even came back missing a thumb, but apparently Slackjaw was expecting that kind of reaction and had a backup plan. A week later, 4 of the bosses were dead. Seemed like a series of unfortunate events, but everyone knew better. One shot dead by the watch while standing in the middle of a meat market. Another slipping and falling into the water out cold. One of the older bosses found in the bed with his belly open wide with a Tivian pear stuffed into his mouth. Still not sure what that meant. And Sheila Barnsworth was found bubbling in a cauldron of hot wax. Slackjaw sent out another set of letters, offers to the underbosses, telling them they'd be treated fair as peers. He even sent Green-Eye Trish with one of the letters. All of the underbosses accepted. After spilling the guts of his main competition, Slackjaw went in for the stabilizing of his business. Real neat-like, calling in favors, smoothing things over, giving everyone a little bit of coin or drink as a bonus. Showing what he could be. Showing what he could be like as a boss. So everything got quiet, which always makes the boys of the City Watch nervous, of course. Word went out among the Royal Spy Master's snitches, the Responsible Citizens group they called themselves, telling everyone working in a shop or sweeping off the front steps of their homes to keep watchful eyes for Slackjaw and his men, trying to suss out what they were up to and what had just happened. But Slackjaw ain't stupid. He greased a few palms among the shopkeepers and the watch, too, telling them that he was in town to stay and that things would be run properly from now on, without so much blood. He was finally a real boss, ready to settle into the business of moving whiskey, running the hound fights, and offering up the ladies and gentlemen of the night, if you take my meaning. Then the plague came. At first it seemed like a good thing. A few people got sick, and everyone wanted to buy those potions from Sokolov or Piero. Health elixir, or spiritual remedy, they call them. Slackjaw told me he saw an opportunity. We already had an old whiskey factory with a still, where we could water the stuff down and sell it discounted. Doing the same with Sokolov's elixir was a smart plan. Pretty soon everyone in the slums was sick and business was good. But after a while there were so many people down with the plague that everyone got scared. Everybody started acting real nasty and everything fell apart. When people can't work, they don't have coin for elixir, watered down or pure. When the Empress died, it seemed like Dunwall would slide into the void. Spymaster Burroughs took over the watch and started using all that new Sokolov technology. Watchtowers, tall boys, and then arc pylons. They put up a wall of light across Clavering Boulevard and cracked down hard. But Slackjaw surprised us again. Instead of leaving town on a bound for Morlaix or one of the other isles, he stayed and kept it all together. We got as much elixir to fight off the plague as the City Watch with their taxes and rations, and that's kept us alive so far. Crowley, the Bottle Street Gang. A little bit of backstory on both Granny Rags and Slackjaw, who we'll be meeting very soon. Field survey notes, the Royal Spy. Oh my god, there's bone sharps everywhere. Holy crap. Okay, what's been happening since I've been reading through that? I will probably use them, don't worry. I'm just going through all the lore. Because none of this was here when I first played the game, so I haven't read any of this. There looks like 2 more books. Coin of 10. I hope you guys are enjoying these readings because I'm hell of enjoying reading through them. Rumors and sightings. Dowd. For over a year now, I have lived away from the Abbey without the company of my overseers, brethren, or the guidance of the blunt sisters of the oracular order. Days have passed with me sleeping in the dens of cutpurses, murderers, or worse. And the nights have seen me prowling through the worst alleys and wretched corners of Dunwall. I have taken my meals with killers. At times I have ventured beyond the city walls, meeting with the forgotten graveyard and the outlying ruins frequented by those of ill means. My beard has grown long, and I wear the weathered clothing and bits of boiled leather favored by the Bottle Street and Hatter gangs, and by those rough men and women who make the trade knifing others in return for coin. My hands have run red with blood, it's true, but I have selected my targets with care, choosing among those criminals and heretics who are not fit to live, executing them justly and using their deaths as a means of building my reputation. So far, this trick has allowed me to make my name among my murderous colleagues, without taking the lives of the innocent. My goal is singular. I must impress the assassin named Dowd in order to get close to him. Of all the practitioners of black magic we have tracked, none concern the Abbey as much as Dowd. It is said that his mother was a witch from one of the archipelagos off the Pandician coast, taken captive by pirates venturing far from the isles. According to legend, by the time the ship returned, the captain was dead and the witch controlled the crew, with Dowd still a shadow in her belly. The earliest stories tell of a gang killer without mercy, moving among the shopkeepers of the City Watch officers of Dunwall like a reaper through the wheat. Then a period of silence followed. Years we now believe he spent traveling between the isles. studying anatomy and the occult in the great halls of learning and in the hidden basements frequented by fellow dabblers in the forbidden arts. Dowd is even purported to have spent a winter in the Academy of Natural Philosophy itself. And for a time, before a schism developed, he counted the Brigmore witches among his allies. All the while he honed his craft, and it is during this time that we believe he began to consort with the outsider. New reports emerged of a dusky-skinned assassin, paid by the elite to eliminate their rivals in Dunwall, and in the other major cities across the Isles. Those who saw him and lived numbered in the handful, but all of them reported something strange. He appeared and vanished like smoke. From a nearby rooftop he gestured, and a noble woman stumbled from her balcony, falling to her doom on the cobblestones below. Most recently, as this new threat of plague has risen in Dunwall, Dowd has been seen leading a gang of men in dark leather, dressed as factory whalers in their vapor masks. They seem loyal beyond comprehension for one so unworthy, leading me to wonder if some of his magic is dedicated to lulling their minds, enslaving them. Only a month ago, one young girl claims to have come upon a strange scene. Carrying a bottle of milk home to her crippled brother, she was taking a shortcut through the tailor's district. In a narrow street, she passed beneath a window and heard an unusual sound from within. Pushing aside the ratty curtain, the girl saw into the abandoned apartment used by the miscreants for gambling and trading haberweed. An occult shrine has been erected against the far wall, which she recognized from the teachings given by her local overseer. A man she described as resembling Dowd was kneeling before the shrine and muttering to an unseen spirit as if in an argument. He took a carving made of pale bone from the altar before him, and the lights all went out in a gush of unclean wind. Quiet as a field mouse, she slipped away, running until she reached her home. There can be no doubt. Dowd is an agent of the outsider and must die, for there is no limit to the evil this man might do. This is my solemn oath and great purpose of my life. Until Dowd is dead and his corruption has been purged from the world, I will continue to move among the depraved, winding my way towards him. I will not drop my guise or don my overseer's mask again until Dowd breathes no more. Alright. Later, Girl Disturbed. Thank you for popping in. Your answer is bear. Mystical rat artifact. What are these artifacts for? Yeah. How do I inventory? Oh. Okay. Bone charms. Holy shit. You just start with all of them, basically. White rats can be consumed for mana. White rats won't attack you. Win sword versus sword contests more frequently. Okay. We'll look at those in a second. We have one more to go through. Holy shit, this is more lore than I've gotten in the entire game since during my first playthrough. Beartanium. Excerpt from the personal memoirs of Hiram Burroughs, dated several years later. Holy shit, how long is this? This is the 4th day, month of high cold. Progress continues on the suppression of gang activity in the distillery district, but more slowly than I'd expected. The ruffians operating there have been cunning, I'll grant them that, but it's only a matter of time. I'll see their leaders flogged in public and sent beneath the royal executioner's blade. If I had my way, that mute bastard would be working day and night, removing the heads that need removing. Internally, the Empress does not seem pleased with my investigations. It seems that it is beyond her thinking, against her very nature as a trusting person, to believe that traitors move among us, but I know they do. They must. No. Jessamine would rather spend her time with the Royal Protector. At least he's likely to stop any immediate threat to her safety, but a strong arm is not what's needed against those who would undermine us. How will Corvo's sword stop a poisoned wineglass or an explosive delivered by courier? It will not. There are many threats around us, threats requiring meticulous efforts to police. Young Lady Emily is undisciplined, I'm afraid. Here within Dunwall Tower, she receives instruction from the finest tutors known in the Isles, yet her mother spoils her and spends most of her time lost in imagination. Oh, and she spends most of her time lost in imagination, wasting her time drawing or asking Corvo to teach her to fight with wooden sticks. The girl might rule the Empire someday. Every moment spent at play is a moment wasted. Shoring up security for the main gate leading into Dunwall Tower has been another pet project of late. To think that back in the day, Emperor Cauldron left it open to the public during the day, allowing anyone to come and go as they pleased. If it were up to me, I'd seal off the access to the streets entirely, but the Empress wouldn't hear of it. The water lock is much easier to protect, and if it were the only way into the tower, traffic in and out would be greatly reduced. Someday the wrong person is going to slip in and will suffer for it. Mark my words, no amount of security is excessive when it comes to protecting heads of state. The Empress also disapproves of my plan for the Sokolov devices. Sokolov himself has no interest in security, of course, but he's vain and therefore keen to see his inventions deployed in any fashion. The wall of light he's been tinkering with has promise. In any case, at least I was able to convince the Empress to upgrade the pistols carried by the officers of the Watch. You are a ferret, but you may also be a bear. Why do I worry so, when no one else seems to care? If I ever fall asleep, will it all sink into the ocean? Will the rough things clamber over the walls and fill themselves on our flesh? This is what I see in the same dream several nights each month. If only I had more to say in things, more authority, I could protect us all. Perhaps I've been working too hard. Dinner and an evening of conversation with a certain lady of refinement might be in order, perhaps somewhere nice in the estate district. All right, we are done with lore for the foreseeable future. I'm gonna find books I'm gonna have to read, aren't I? I don't mind. Those were fun to read. I love character biographies.
Blood on their face and chest area. The only way to help them is to bring them to the City Watch. They will be taken to the flooded district for treatment.
Oh, Granny Rags was real fun to read, though. Out of all of those stories, definitely enjoyed the Granny Rags one the most. I'll read that later. Yeah. Oh, what are we doing? We're going over here, apparently, to Admiral Havelock.
Well, let's get down to it. First off, I know that assassination is dark business, but sometimes good men have to do bad things to make the world right. Our purpose is clear. We want to restore Her Majesty's line by finding and putting Emily Cauldron on the throne. To those ends, we'll hide, act in shadow, take them apart, piece by piece. Tonight, High Overseer Campbell dies by your hand. It won't be easy. He's protected by his overseers, an army of religious zealots. But if anyone can do it, you can. Your exploits are legendary. Campbell carries a private journal. Once you've eliminated him, get the journal, because we think it contains Emily's location.
I will.
Covering her is obviously
Don't worry
critical,
about that.
assuming she's alive. That's the gist of it. Remember our cause and strike true. We're counting on you.
Yeah, no. I absolutely love Blink.
Another thing. Campbell is holding a former overseer by the name of Martin. He's one of us, and if you manage to find him, give him whatever help you can. He's a master strategist, and he got caught working for our cause. It'd be good to have him back here at the...
Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely playing as Emily. I might actually play as both, like complete it with Emily and then complete it with Corvo, because I want to see both stories. Okay. What you've read here is the truth, regardless of what you hear from the authorities who rule over us. It is not a matter of coincidence that the former royal spy master is the one who stepped in with the late Empress when the late Empress fell. We, who will remain nameless, believe that these events are interconnected. The signs of oppression are all around us. The Sokolov designs, originally intended to provide light and warmth in our homes, have been turned against us as a means of inspiring fear and controlling our movements throughout the city. And where did this plague originate? Some say it was imported. A wild theory? Perhaps. One of our members risked her life to obtain an internal report from the government, which we will be printing and sharing soon, called The Exquisite Tallboy, extolling the virtues of this newest member of the City Watch. To those in the streets below, these virtues are horrors, spread by stilted things who rain down fire on the sick and the poor. To those eyes, the Tallboy is another government bully, armed with incendiary devices, thickly armored and standing high overhead, looking down at the common people of the city. We now know that the Tallboys are heavily drugged, imbibing a substance that renders them resistant to pain, but also dulls whatever empathy they might normally possess. Exquisite? We think not. Copy these words and share them with your neighbors. And remember, when the tides are lowest, the truth will be revealed. Is there a different ending, with or without powers?
Oh. Corvo. Hey. Hello. I'm Callista. I work here for Admiral Havelock. I'm sorry to intrude on your business, but this is important. I suspect you're going to kill the High Overseer. That wretched man. There's really no reason for you to listen to me. But my uncle, Jeff Kernow, still serves as captain in the City Watch. But he's a good man, and my only family. The chatter in servant circles is that Campbell just took delivery of an exotic poison. And I think I know why. My uncle's not corruptible like the rest of them. Campbell is going to poison my uncle. Do you think you could protect him? You used to do that, right? Before you had your current profession. Before you became an assassin.
Hey, I haven't assassinated anyone yet. Don't make assumptions about me, lady. Please, it just makes an ass of both of us. Okay. I think we're ready to go.
Just wondering, sir, if you thought about perhaps seeing Piero before venturing into the Overseer's nest. I'd recommend going with the best gear you can get together.
That's fair. First off, let's actually take a look at these bone charms. Like the bajillion bone charms I picked up. Okay. Drop assassinations give you a bit of health. I don't use drop assassinations. River affinity, swim speed. Miss more often with arrows and bolts. Moderate keyhole peeping magnification. Put that on. Breaking glass sound is moderately reduced. Why do I have 8 bone charm? Breathing capacity in water. Shut whiskey bottles explode with greater intensity. What? I mean, I guess I might as well turn most of these on. Power effects slightly... What do you mean power effects slightly improved? I guess we'll find out. I mean, I would, but I'm doing non-lethal. So... And Drop Assassination doesn't have a non-lethal version.
Somewhere in the basements below, Hound kills Hound, and money changes hands.
Hey, what can you tell me about Piero?
Each and every night, the black-eyed outsider visits upon Piero's dreams. He is Piero Joplin. Even now, he visualizes the next invention. Astonishing. I wish you could see it too. Poor Piero. His elixirs have cured so much for so many, but they cannot cure his brain fevers. The youngest ever to pass through the Academy of Natural Sciences. Sokolov will never forgive him that. He has spied upon Callista as she bathes, more than once. Each and every night, the black-eyed outsider
now we're repeating.
visits upon Piero's dreams.
Hang on, there's a rune over here. Oh, there's apparently... Hello. Fishy! Fish.
Such laughter, and they're singing the old songs, linking arms. But that was from a happier time.
Are you telling me about the
Meals
rune?
made here, sometimes
Nope.
under the influence of wine.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's good to know. The future.
And sometimes the influence is the point of an act.
Blink. Oh, I need two more, or one more rune before I can upgrade it. Fish! 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 Holy shit, the fish! Run from the fish. Seriously, hagfish are the worst. If anyone knows what a hagfish is in real life, you would realize why I hate these.
Ready to go? Just give the signal.
Hang on a second. I actually never I never talked to Piero. I just kind of looked at him with the heart. I wonder why no one ever is like, hey, you got a heart majigger in your hand. What's up with that?
What can I do for you?
How much money do I have left? I have 2,700 coins. You don't say. Corvo's pistol upgrade. Short range spread damage. Could upgrade bone chunk capacity again. Except I don't really need it right now, so I'm just gonna go with mask optics, then crossbow reload, and probably a few combat sleep darts. Oh shit, we can just... Okay. Hell yeah. Tier 2 blink. Mission 1. Buy his rune. Trust me. Oh, I'm sorry, girl disturbed. I got it.
Ready to go?
I got it.
Give the signal.
Oh yeah, I agree. I'm gonna be looking forward to Dark Vision.
It'll be a rough trip. Used to be to go straight up Clavering Boulevard, but now it's not so easy. Half the city's dead of the plague. The other half's fighting over what's left. City Watch still holds the bigger streets, and they've set up those wall of light checkpoints. A man walks through one of those, and he ends up burned to a crisp. Everything not controlled by the City Watch is gang territory. Then there are the real odd birds living on the fringes like that Granny Rags. They say she's nuts. I don't know which is worse. Just take your pick.
Well, oh, well. Kind of wish I'd done that and then eaten the rat, but whatever. A little bit of lost health isn't really going to affect much.
It's nearly midnight. But easy, damn it.
Arthur's note. Dearest Gwen, the city is going to burn. I've sold everything, so there's nothing for me to hear now except you. I'll wait for you where Clavering Boulevard crumbles into the river, where we used to meet. We'll take the money I've made and bribe our way onto a passing whale ship. I won't leave without you, and if you won't come, I'd rather be rat food. Love, Arthur.
Canal's got enough shit in it as it is. Hey, what is it?
I think that last one was moving.
What?
Yeah, the little one.
Not possible. I inspected them myself.
City's
Keep working.
dead. Won't make it 3 more months.
Sully ain't moving no more. Burn it.
Hard to pass me by. All the others, dominance.
1, 2, 3.
Good. Keep them coming.
On the edge of the... Wait, what? I mean, I upgraded Blink.
1, 2, 3. Heave!
All these rats crawling all over everything.
Half the block dead from the plague.
Better them than us.
At least some of them had money. Huh?
Oh, god damn it.
Got the river.
Yeah! On the edge of the bridge, there is a wall where the bridge ends. Oh, yeah. Oh, I believe there's a bone charm there. Oh.
Watch him.
How do we get behind it? I don't know.
Gotcha. Take him. Oh, I'll find you.
Where's the heart? Yep, there's a bone charm there. debating on just...
One, two, three, heave!
Oh, okay. You have to be on the other side.
All mouth, no trousers.
What? Keep your eyes.
Oh, god damn it. Really? Did he seriously see me jumping off the fucking bridge? Oh. We might not actually need Link at all. There we go. Alright, will do. Well, I will at least try. Also, Knife at Dunwall, I feel like going non-lethal is a bit of a... Like, I don't think you could do that. Have you played Brigmore Witches? Death in the Month of Songs. Oh, I'm not great at reading poetry, but let's go through this. She was shy in the month of hearts, hiding from my scented letters, a sun-dappled cure for my loneliness. She was smiling in the month of rain, eating figs straight from the tree, a dream of sailing around the isles. She was wed in the month of clans, to her sailor cousin from Calero, a shrill bird drilling at my chest. She was dying in the month of songs, struck by a disease from the east, a terrible kiss on her distant lips. Oh, come on. Are you serious? Well, Darren, let your problems be no more. I'll be joining you, buddy. No one knows anything.
We know you're here.
Okay. So Brigmore Witches will be a new experience for all of us. Because I didn't actually know that Brigmore Witches came out. I just found it. It's just like, oh look, there's an extra DLC. Let's go find out what's up with that.
Attention, Dunwall citizens. John Clavering Boulevard has been designated a restricted travel area. Any citizens are liable to search or imprisonment at the discretion of the City Watch.
Bone Charm. We need a rune. There's a rune.
Look out, the others. We got a problem. Sickness.
But are you guys? Are you guys also bad? Okay, no, these guys are fine.
Sorry I can't help you. Some folks needed the food I had and I gave it away.
You are a good person.
I was happy to share with them, and I know they'll do the same next time. It rained hard yesterday. Felt like it was washing some of the bad away.
Aww. That man, I want to keep alive.
This district is now considered a
I think
highly
my wife and
infected
I will be
area.
able to ride this thing
Residents
out.
are to be escorted
The
to
plague has to
adjacent
pass
neighborhoods
eventually.
or delivered
Eventually.
for immediate deportation to the flooded district.
The key is not getting infected.
Qualified
I think
personnel
the little
have
birdies
completed
are
the
sad
removal of
today.
infected bodies.
I told you the knife.
Ooh, sleep darts. Yeah, yeah. I'll try and... I don't know where Granny Rags is. Is she upstairs?
I think the little birdies are sad today.
The little birdies are indeed probably sad, maybe. Wow. I might actually have to turn the brightness up.
The knives go on the left. They've always gone on the left. You
Oh, there
never
she is.
listen.
Hang on a second before I talk to her.
Long ago, Granny Rags danced at a court.
I think the little birdies are
Men
sad
begged
today.
to marry her. In her mind's eye, she is fancy trimmed in velvet, fresh
Granny,
and
Granny, Granny,
on her way
come
to
out
an
with
evening
me
of
instead.
romance.
Granny, Granny,
Careful.
Granny, you
She
can't
treads
take
with
us.
purpose,
You're dead.
and is not as frail as she seems. The children sometimes circle Granny Rags, following along.
I told you the
taunting.
knives go on the left.
She has given herself
They've
fully
always
to the
gone on the
outsider.
left.
Yeah, I
You
noticed
never
that when she
listen.
killed her husband.
Long ago, Granny Rags danced at a court. Men begged to marry
Dear?
her.
Is that you, my dear husband? My eyes aren't what they used to be. Have you seen my little birdies? The dear things must be starving without their granny. Here, birdies. Here.
Granny is such a good character.
Oh, my. I think I have gentlemen callers again, but not the way I used to, not the nice ones. I hear them, and they're not very polite ones either. Granny Rags, let us in. Ah, well, they'll go away again if they know what's good for them. But what a bother. Here's the key to the front door, love. You'll see to those ruffians, won't you?
Let us in, Granny.
Hey.
Would you look at this? You don't walk into Bottle Street looking like that. That outfit must have cost a lot. Maybe I'll let my girlfriend wear it. Come on, let's get this guy.
Oh, are you serious?
Pump him up.
Oh, okay. I guess we're doing this.
I told you the knives go on the left. They've always
Good enough.
gone on the left. You never listen. Oh, my dear. I knew you'd help me with those ill-mannered boys. My brave man. Listen, Granny has a birthday present for you.
But it's not my
I got
birthday.
it from the outsider, and now I'm giving it to you.
Okay.
Go on. It's upstairs. On the vanity. I think you'll cut a nice figure with it. Remember how we used to dance? Our parties were even grander than those at the Boyle Manor. Everyone wanted to come.
Also, we can go down here. Oh.
Be careful, Corvo. They call her Granny Rags. You wouldn't recognize her real name, or even the name of her family, but an emperor begged for her hand once, and rich young men fought each other for her favor. I watched her consider them all, measure their worth, and find them wanting. Then, she made a different choice. You're on your way to face the High Overseer, the leader of a great cult dedicated to loathing me. What will you do, I wonder?
What is the outsider anyway? Kind of the Cthulhu the Cthulhu equivalent in this world? Alright. So this doesn't get upgraded anymore. We do want dark vision though. Because dark vision is goddamn fantastic. Especially if you're doing a stealth run.
I think the little birdies are sad today.
Oh my gosh, shut up about the little birdies, Granny. I've had about enough with just... You want to see, there's something that most people don't know.
They've always gone on the left. You never listen.
I'm gonna reload after this, but watch what happens. Yeah.
I think the little
That's such a nice point. Granny's definitely not what she seems to be.
Yes, I would indeed. I hope you like the little gift I got for you. It's the least I could do for turning those louts away.
Oh, you couldn't kill Miss Rags even if you wanted
these
to.
Bottle Street children, ruffians, every last one of them, rotten apples. And that slack jaw is the worst of the lot. You know what I just thought of? You could do something else for me. Another little favor. And I'd give you another present. Another lovely rune carved from the bones of a dead whale. Do you remember my doctor, dear? Dr. Galvani? Now there was a clever man. He's got all sorts of nasty rat guts and disease in his laboratory. Wouldn't it be a shame if some of that mess found its way into the Bottle Street Gang's elixir still? That'd teach him. See to it, dear. I'll find you another present just like the first. Galvani lives on Clavering Boulevard, or at least he used to. Those were the days. Now run off. My baby birdies are hungry. So precious.
That was not a coo.
But they're shy. You'll have to go, or they won't.
Where is the heart? Okay, there's a rune there, or a rune there, charm there. I never figured out how to get this particular charm, and I'm not sure why. I guess we'll have to look today. Just a random Sokolov's health elixir out here. Gonna avoid using that if I can.
That's not what we heard. It was just a cold. Are you sure?
We still have 8 sleep darts.
Check you over. And there's an inspection fee. To the void with... Keep away, or I'll slit your record. You in the mask. You look like a clown.
Oh!
I'm trapped.
I do look like a clown. But it's one hell of a badass clown. Yeah. So, hang on a second. Do we actually have enough to get agility right now? No. We need one more rune. But agility's real nice. So what I'm thinking of is we're gonna get possession and bend time and agility, and those are the skills that I'm maxing out here. I might get vitality. Oh, hey, more reading. Oh. Well, that's a shame. Mother's Journal, 8th entry. Oh, we start at the 8th? Okay. It's the 4th day of the month of rain. Morris is sick, and so are the children. I've avoided it thus far, which is good fortune, since it has fallen on me to care for them. The night watch comes and goes, knocking on doors and asking for signs of plague. Even our neighbors cannot be trusted. Earlier, it was difficult to keep the children quiet. Now they sleep most of the time. The city watch comes and goes, knocking on doors and asking for signs of plague. Even our neighbors cannot be trusted. Oh, right, whoops. The flies have set in. I try to keep them away. I can barely get close. They sting so. Most of the time, Morris won't answer me when I try to talk to him from across the room. Morris is gone. I don't know what I'll do. For now, all my hope is reserved for the children. Leaving the flat for a while near dawn, I found some plague bags from a guard booth while no one was around. It took a while, but I got Morris into one of those bags. At least his face is covered. Young Robert has passed. The star of my sky is gone. Page missing. 17th entry. Elise stopped breathing in the middle of the night. She was such a headstrong girl. I can hardly believe she was overcome. She was always near as I cut up hagfish or vegetables, arguing with me about everything. It is the 4th day of the month of wind. It has settled in that they are lost to me. All of them. I cannot bring myself to call the dead counter. I have the fever now. No guards come near anymore. Clavering Boulevard. There's got to be a way down there, or into the apartment. Down you go.
I'm trapped. Let me out. Hey.
I owe you, brother. I want to ask about the mask. I wouldn't want my face seen either, pulling a stunt like that. You know what? I'll return the favor. Come by Griff's shop. That's my business. Well, it was, at one time, but now I'm reduced to scavenging things from here and there as the city dies. If you need anything, I wouldn't mind trading for a little money. Maybe someday the plague will blow over and everything will go back to normal. But until then, it's scavenging for me.
Indeed.
What the?
Still don't know what that says every single time. There's a couple corpses up there. How do I get up there? They say that Jimmy Whitcomb Riley was... let me try that again. They say that Jimmy Whitcomb Riley was a brawler his mates called Smiley. He ran around up and down town, pulling off every kind of crimey. On Bottle Street he hung with the boys, throwing bricks and bottles and other toys. They'd start a fight, then run and hide, breaking, laughing, far and wide. Smiley liked to eat and drink all day, and smash and bash the night away. Drunk and all alone, he drifted off sleeping, sitting on the bridge along John Clavering. When he woke, something strange he found, stranger than a singing wolfhound. He'd become a blue-jawed hagfish, most slimy, and only remembered his name was Smiley. They say that Jimmy Whitcomb Riley was never seen again for all of timey, but he swam around up and down, drinking from the river, crying, "Why me?" I'm wondering, actually. Nope. I thought for sure that I was being super clever there. But nope. Not at all.
Attention, Dunwall citizens. John Clavering Boulevard has been designated a restricted travel area. Any citizens are liable to search or imprisonment at the discretion of the City Watch.
There. Oh hey, there's a corpse up here. Lookouts orders. Plant your ass on the roof and watch the streets. See who comes to the almshouse and see if the old lady knows anything. She's blind, but maybe she heard something. Someone killed him.
Attention, Dunwall citizens. Report all deceased family members to the local dead counter. Unreported deaths are a punishable offense.
Oh, we're just swimming and stuff. I still have no goddamn idea how to get in here. Ow. Okay. Guess I'll just move on. Maybe I can figure it out later. I want that bone charm though. Oh, ow. Fall damage. The real problem. Actually, you know what? It's 4:54. I think this is about time that we go ahead and end the session. Where do we resume? Just after hiding the guard, it looks like? Yeah, just after hiding the guard. Okay. Yeah, thank you so much to everyone who ended up watching. Without your continued support, I probably wouldn't still be doing this. In fact, I'm almost certain I wouldn't still be doing this. You have no idea how much it adds to my confidence to see people who actually care about watching. But yeah, I'll see you guys later. Tomorrow, we continue this. And that guy probably is going to get knocked out. Yeah, this guy's gonna get knocked out. Yeah, thanks for watching. See you guys later. Bye.